Hello friends, welcome to Junk Journal July. Today's prompt is fold out. So this video is just a little bit longer than some of my other ones because we are creating a fold out. Per usual, I have no plan. I'm just diving in and having some fun. So I grabbed a piece of pink paper. It's pink on one side and white on the other side. I do believe this came out of the scrapbook pack that I showed you a couple days ago. Like I said, I have no plan. I'm just experimenting. So as you can see, I folded it in 3 and now I'm trimming it to size so that the height fits on the existing scrapbook page. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that one piece to the scrapbook page, and then we'll have a moving part, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go from there. I'm editing outside, by the way, so you might hear some car doors, some birds. I got a crow behind me. I got a bunch of kids in a field playing soccer. So you might hear some goings-ons, and that is why. Oh, and there's an airplane. So you know me and my feelings about plain paper. And since I don't really have a plan right now, I figure, well, let's at least start with getting rid of some of the plainness that we've got going on here. So I've got my dauber and I have some stencils, and I'm just going to stencil some pink ink onto this page. First I'm hitting the seam, and then I'll probably hit some more of the white page. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here. So I thought, let me go ahead and cut a few pieces of tags or ephemera out from this kit, start playing with them, putting them sort of on the pink paper, and just see where it goes, see if anything sticks. Ultimately, I have decided to use this striped paper, and I'm going to use it to cover where the pink is glued onto the white. Yeah, it's covering all the stencil work that I just did, and that's okay. I don't care, because I'm only going to glue the top. So if you lift it up, you can see the stencils, and it's also a space that you can write under there. You know, sometimes we like to have those little secret journaling spaces, and that's a good spot for one. The stencil is a very light pink. You can easily write over that. I won't feel good about having it just sit there on the page on its own. I feel like I need to do something to embellish that a little bit. So I'm looking for maybe a pattern to put on the very top, maybe a saying, just anything to sort of pull it together. So since it's stripes, I think I want to lean towards a floral because I think stripes and florals go nice together. Plaids and florals, you know, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a piece of these, of this daisy piece here, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that right on top. All right, so that's just a small part of what we have going on here. Now we have to actually work on the flip out part. So I'm going to go ahead, before I do anything else, I'm going to ink the edges. That way, that part's done. It's harder to go back and ink the edges once you start like putting other papers on or gluing things together or whatever. I have decided, instead of it opening up like an accordion, I went ahead and glued the top and the bottom together because now it's a big pocket. So it does flip out, but it's also a pocket. On the inside of the flip, I've added this paper with lines on it. It has some weekdays on it, which if you didn't like that, you could cover that with stickers, but I'm leaving it because it might be handy for someone. I'm going to go ahead and add a small embellishment on the bottom of it because I had to cut it short. So I just feel like I'm going to do that, and it'll cover up whatever day that was that really didn't have enough room to add much. The days that I added on the other side were actually half of a sheet of paper. So I've decided that once I get this little piece on, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add the other days to the other side of this flip. So this is a lot of writing space, which is really nice. And then I'll still have that pocket that we can add a tag to. I'm going to put a little embellishment on the top of this one as well. It's just nice to have a little detail there. I think the paper just sitting there on its own, it looks a little too plain for my taste. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and make a decision about this pocket. It's a pretty good sized pocket, and you can see that tag disappears right inside of it. Like you would never even know that was in there. But I like this tag for the pocket. So I think what we're gonna have to do is create a handle? Do we call that something else? A tab? Yeah, maybe we'll call it a tab. So I'm going to use this bright yellow. It matches the lemon that's on the tag, and I think that'll just be a nice addition. All right, friends, check this out. This worked out perfect. Look, you can just see a little bit of that yellow tab. It's enough to grab it, but it's not in the way. And this flip can open right up with no problem at all. Look at that. I love it. I hope you had some fun hanging out with me today. I hope you can join me tomorrow for another Junk Journal January. Oops, Junk Journal July. Thanks for watching. See you soon.